This is a review of last night's Bigfoot Quest show. It was a call-in show. It was pretty great. Bob and Mike were talking about some some things that they've some of their recent adventures that they've gone on. And this was before I called in. I called in and talked about John Bidernagle's new book. Also about the I think it was the Erickson project, the Sasquatch, the Quest.com. I think I talked about that. I may have. And also about the upcoming expedition to China. I talked a little bit about that, and wasn't on the line very long, and then I got off, and Bill Green got his standard question asked and answered by Mike. And then Abe called in and filibustered for about half an hour. But no, it was a good. He did good. He was talking about how he had recently gone out in the field, and he got some possible wood knocks. He actually got some recordings of possible wood knocks. Of course, he's saying that they're possible. Also, there were hunters in the area, and they were shooting off their guns. But Abe is not convinced that what he heard was gunshots, or frogs for that matter. Nancy in the chat was saying, well, make sure it wasn't frogs also. And then Joe Beelart called in. He talked a little bit about some of his recent experiences, some of his recent field research, and he talked a good bit about that. All in all, it was a pretty great show. I really enjoyed it. Dave Dragosin was supposed to be the scheduled guest, but he had to bow out, so Bob and Mike are going to attempt to have him back on, I think they said the first weekend, or maybe the first week or second week in November. I think it's second week in November, which would be November 9th, I believe it is. So they'll have him back on, and he'll be on the show. As far as shows, well, I mean, but they'll be back the second week, or the fourth week of October, 2 weeks. At 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot_Quest. And then this Sunday, the Night Callers will be back with Jason Weaver as their guest. I'll be at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/nightcallers. Then I'm not sure what Steve and Chris have planned for Squatch Detective Radio, but it'll begin Sunday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/thesquatchdetective. And then finally, this Sunday on Bigfoot Busters, Tim and Chuck are going to have, trying to think who they're supposed to have on. It's on, their full schedule is on BigfootEncounters.com. Yeah, here it is, Bigfoot Busters. Here we go. They are coming up. J.C. Johnson is going to be the guest this Sunday night at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/BigfootBusters. Or you can also get to it as TCSJR Bigfoot. And then they have a very interesting schedule for Bigfoot Busters coming up. October 24th will be the Falcon Project team, and that'll be William Barnes, Bill Dragonis, and Jason Villani. And they'll be talking about the Falcon Project. And that'll be on October 24th. Then on Halloween night, October 31st, Dave Politis and Dr. Melba Ketchum will be the guests. And they'll talk about the complexities of Bigfoot DNA. Will they announce a discovery? And then the following Sunday, November 7th, Daylight Savings Time weekend. The scheduled guest is Dr. John Bindernagel. He's going to be talking about his new book, The Discovery of the Sasquatch. So, very interesting and fascinating series of programs coming up on Bigfoot Busters Radio. So, and then next Monday night, Abe and Shane McMahon, Abe Del Rio, aka Junior Filibusterer. He and Shane will have back on the show Mike Hall to discuss the upcoming Boggy Depot Bigfoot event, which is coming up Saturday, October 23rd. And full information on that can be found at boggydepotbigfoot.com. Now, I've already sent in my donation for the Children's Miracle Network. And, it makes you feel good to be able to do something like that to help kids in that manner, in that way. Is really a great thing. Anyway, that's pretty much the announcements for upcoming Blog Talk Radio shows. So, as always, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.